Hey, this is Chip, welcoming you back to the next segment of Team Chip Empower You. This week I want to share a little story with you guys. I remember I look back to when I first started or took over an existing martial arts school that my instructor had. I trained here for like 11 years from like 13 years old, and I got the opportunity to take the school over. I was 22, 23, I guess. And man, so exciting. My wife and I took our whole life savings. She's still going to school and working part-time. I quit my job, took our whole life savings short of just a few bucks, and bought, good faith, a leased property and a handful of students. And so excited about life and ready to move forward and build something amazing. And in the process of doing so, I went through some learning curves, and I want to tell a little bit of a story about one of the learning curves that I went through. It's related to the concept of professional distance and maintaining a professional distance with your students. Now, you can take that many different ways. I'm not saying not to be friends, but you always want to be very cautious. You want to be personable, but not too personal. Here's the example. Took over the school and I'm super eager. I'm 23 years old, and I'm full of get up and go, and I'm like, yeah, this is great. I'm going to be living my dream. And so kids would come in for class, and I would be in there 30 minutes, sometimes 45 minutes before the first class started, and kids would start trickling in the door, and I would be on the floor playing what we call the bag game, kicking the heavy bag with them, or running around the room playing freeze tag and doing all these fun things with the kids. And I noticed that as I was doing that, as I would teach classes, that I was not getting the same responses from the kids as I had when I first took over. When I first took over, the kids are, yes sir, and answering strong and yelling loud and really excited, energetic, and eager. And I noticed the more that I spent time with them, and it took me a while to connect the dots, but I noticed the more time I spent with them personally pre-class, they began to have a struggle. They began to have a struggle separating me as their friend and me as their professional teacher. And it manifested itself on the mat by, okay guys, line up. Yes sir. Wait, what happened? It's supposed to be, yes sir. We're fired up to get this started. Okay guys, fighting stance. Instead of, yeah, it's everybody giving it their best. And so it actually puzzled me for a while. I'm going, why are these guys not responding the way they were? What's happened? So anyway, one day I had an epiphany. I think I'm spending too much personal time kind of playing, being their buddy. Then when they come to class, it's Chip, my buddy, not Chip, my instructor. As a teacher, we wear many, many hats. Sometimes counselor, teacher, surrogate parent, all different kinds of things and voids that we sometimes fill in those lives and that they fill in our lives. But we have to be careful whenever we teach that we maintain a professional space and professional distance so that they don't lose sight. You and I as leaders don't necessarily have a problem being their friend and playing with them and then flipping the switch and saying, it's 4:30, it's class time, it's time to go professional now. But they sometimes do. And it'll even happen with your adult students. So just want to encourage you to really kind of digest this concept of professional distance and try not to get too close and too personal with your students, but always be very personable and approachable and friendly and respectful and loving, for lack of better words, with your students. But maintain some professional space so it's easy for them to see the difference in you being their friend and you being their professional teacher. So I want to encourage you to digest that concept of professional distance, and I'll see you next time here on Team Chip Empower You.